Today I'm going to be sharing all my favorite sources for buying seeds, corms, tubers, bulbs. So let's get started. Hello and welcome. I'm Karen and you're here at Haven Meadows. I'm sharing all about my favorite sources for buying all the things today. So let's just jump right into it. I'm looking down here at my computer, so if I'm looking down, that's what's going on here because I cannot remember all this stuff in my brain. So first step for bulbs, I'm growing my first specialty fancy daffodils this spring. Planted my first daffodils last fall and I actually just finished harvesting well, not quite. I have a couple more in the ground, but I've harvested most of those. So I bought my daffodil bulbs from Brent and Becky's, and I'm a pretty small grower. Actually placed a pretty small order, just about like 5 or 6 different varieties, just to try out some different ones and see what I liked. I actually looked through the Floret daffodil guide and picked out some of my favorites, and so that's what I ordered. I've been really pleased with them. Been enjoying the daffodils so much, and my favorite is this one right here. I'm not quite sure how it's pronounced. I'm saying Obdum. I don't know if that's correct or not. We don't know, so I'm just saying what I want and we're just going with that. So but this one, especially when it's opening, just looks like a daffodil like rose to me, and this is probably my favorite one. The other ones that I'm growing are also really pretty, but this definitely has to be my favorite. The tulips that I planted last fall are from C&J Farm. I actually bought one of the tulip collections that Nicole from Flower Hill Farm did with C&J Farms. I just recently joined Jake's Facebook group, and so what you're able to do through there is you're able to order like small quantities of some more like specialty bulbs and tubers and that kind of thing that you might not be able to order in otherwise in such small quantities. I haven't bought anything yet, but I very likely will in the future. I actually just got done placing my tulip order for this fall. I am pulling up my tulips this spring, and so but I ordered a bunch more. The tulips that I ordered to plant this fall are from Brent and Becky's then. And I don't have that list right now, but I'm super excited for those. All right, next up, I am going to go into dahlias. Everybody loves dahlias. We all want them. We all need them. Some of my favorite places to buy dahlia tubers are Triple Wren Farm. That's kind of where I get the majority of my stuff from. I also had really good success with my dahlia tuber storage this winter. So I might do a video on that, but I was really pleased with how my tubers look this spring. And so I actually just bought a couple new varieties to add to my stock from things that I hadn't had already. Summer Dreams Farm, I believe that's in Michigan, so it's not very far away from me. And so something that I like about that is most of the varieties that will do well for them will probably do well for me here. Swan Island, I have also bought dahlias from them. And then just this spring, I bought a couple new varieties from White Flower Farm. I'm not quite sure where they're located, but I believe I bought like 3 from them. And I think they have a pretty large supply usually. But Triple Wren is usually where I look first, and then I'll branch out to some of these others if I can't find them there. Ranunculus. I am growing my first ranunculus this spring, and I hope I should be starting to see some buds soon. Last week we had some really high temperatures. It was like 75 to 80 all week. So it wasn't ideal, but it's been a little bit cooler these past few days, and I think it's going to be a little bit more like normal spring temperatures from now on. So I'm hoping that I'll be seeing some blooms on those soon. So like I said, I just bought like a small bag of like 20. I paid a pretty penny for those. It was late in the season, kind of a last minute decision. I just decided to buy some. Those I bought from Fleur Farms, and I've been really pleased with them so far. I obviously haven't gotten any blooms yet, so we don't know for sure. I know that Jake from C&J Farms, the Facebook group that I mentioned earlier, I know that a lot of small growers like to get their ranunculus through him, so I might check into that for next year if my ranunculus do well this spring. I also know that if you're placing a larger order, Ball Color Link is a really good place, but I'm not at that level yet, so but in the future I might try that. Anemones. I'm also growing my first anemones this year, and I think I planted them like really quite a bit too late, so I don't know if I'll get anything or not. We'll see how that goes. But the anemones that I got, they're just the white ones with the black center. There again, it was just a small amount to try them out. I wouldn't buy them there if I was planning to do a large amount. The cost per, you know, corm or whatever is pretty high through that, but that's where I bought those. All the peonies that I've planted are from Eden Brothers, and I've had pretty good success with them. I actually divided one of the bigger peony bushes that I had here, and so now I have like all these little starts coming up all around my property. So I'm excited for those. That was just something that we were given, but I have several varieties from Eden Brothers, and those are all looking good at this point. We'll see how they do. So we're here at a rental property. If we weren't, I would have so many roses. And once we do have our own property, it's going to be one of my big priorities, is getting in some of those like perennial things right away. I do have 2 David Austin roses that I am planning to take with me. I have Queen of Sweden and Desdemona. I feel like they're kind of coming into their own a little bit finally. I believe this is their 3rd year, and they've done okay, but they've been small. I just don't feel like maybe the location was very good, and the soil also just hasn't been great as far as, you know, the original location where they were planted. So I've been trying to, you know, add compost and try and kind of baby them a little bit and help them along. So hopefully we'll have a little bit of a better bush and roses this year. So seeds, maybe I should have started with this one because this is probably what most people want to know. The main place that I like to buy my seeds is from Johnny's Seeds. They have some really good, you know, professional cut flower seeds. Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds is where I usually buy all my garden seeds, and so I have bought some cosmos from them. And then this year they're also introducing some new varieties of stock that I'm trying out. Side note on that, I need some work on my stock germination. One, I started them too late, and also I've been having some trouble with them. I think I know what the problem is, but work in progress there. I'm pretty sure everyone's familiar with Floret. They have a seed sale. I believe they actually had a couple this year. They spaced it out over like several weeks or several months, I believe, instead of just doing one big one, in hopes that more people would be able to get the varieties that they were wanting. I know they have a lot of sweet peas. They also have some stuff that you're not able to just get anywhere. So from them, I have bought sweet peas, poppies, scabiosa. There's a bunch of things actually that I've gotten from them. Some greenery, foliage type stuff. It's kind of like my, you know, that's where I get my fun stuff usually. Other places, I have not bought seeds from them, but another place that I know people really like is Geo Seeds. They also have quite a nice supply, I believe, and there's of course many more places where you can get nice flower seeds. This is just where I have gotten mine in the past and what I'm currently using. Alright, so as far as supplies, I thought I would just mention a couple things that I do like to get and where I get them. As far as like seed starting trays, this year I actually bought some, they're like 20 row germination trays. So instead of having like little individual cells, the whole tray is full of little, tiny little trays actually. Like these little columns, rows. They're called 20 row germination trays, I think. So what you do is you just like sprinkle your entire variety into like one of these little rows. So I really like that because it allows me to start a lot of seeds in a nice space, whereas usually I would just do some little containers and it would be really inconvenient to try and get everything under my grow lights. So it saves a lot of space and I've really been liking those. My grow racks and my lights I get from Lowe's, but Harrow Seeds has some really good heavy duty germination trays or seed trays that I've really liked and really been liking those a lot. Alright, are the plug trays, that's where my plug trays are from. Thank you so much for watching this video today, and I'll be sure to link everything in the description below. So hopefully you found something that's helpful, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.